All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. All right. So I'm back at you with another quick lesson, live lesson through the Holy Spirit of the Rakakwadash. All right. And I want to bring this out, man. I was reading this story. We was actually going over it in Bible study. And this is a heavy lesson. You know what I'm saying? A heavy story, I should say. All right. King David kills Goliath and having a fearless mindset like him. And I want to go into this because, Lord willing, this lesson is a faith booster to you as it was to me. All right. And that same confidence and boldness that King David had as he went into battle with this beast, Goliath, is the same mindset that we need to have as we approach this battle with Esau and this beast system. Okay. And before I read the story in 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter, all right, just as Yahweh Shai Shai was with King David, Yahweh Shai Shai is going to be with his elect. All right. Let me read this real quick before I read the chapter here. Okay. Because King David was fearless, man. All right. And the times that we coming into, the times of evil, all right, the times of death, the times of trial and affliction, we got to take on that same fearless mindset as our King David had, man. All right. And this chapter is a powerful story for those who've read this story, man. All right. And as I was reading it, you know, towards the end, as he went into the battle with Goliath, you know, it charged my spirit up, man. And Lord willing, like I said, as I go into this show, Lord willing, you know, your spirit is charged up as well, man. All right. Because the power is with us, man. All right. Don't ever take that for granted. Yahweh Shai is with us, man. He's never going to forsake his elect. Right, but let me read this real quick, man. This is all right, just making the point. This is Psalms 140 and verse 6, and it reads, because when you read this chapter, it's going into the basically being delivered from the wicked and violent man, which is Esau Edom. Okay, but I just want to get straight to the point before I go into the chapter. This is Psalms 140 and verses 6 and 7, and it reads. Psalms 140 in verse 6, it says, I said unto the Lord, thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord, Yahweh Shai. And you better believe, man, Yahweh Shai is hearing our supplications. He's hearing our prayers, man. All right. Our prayers are not going up to the Heavenly Father through Yahweh Shai up to the Heavenly Father in vain, man. Okay. Our prayers are being heard, man. All right. Psalms 140 and 6, I said unto the Lord, Yahweh Shai, thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord, Yahweh Shai. Psalms 140 and 7, O power, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. All right. And we are vastly approaching the day of battle for our lives, man, for our souls. Okay. This shit is about to hit the fan, man. All right, brothers been going into the lessons. I've been seeing on the feed basically not feeling sorry for these people when this shit really goes down. All right, because first and foremost, you niggas out there, you heard the word, all right, pursuing to John, was it John 15, verse 22, that there should be no cloak for your sins, Jake. Okay, the warnings have gone out. The prophecies, the prophets are here, all right, declaring these prophecies unto you. So there is no excuse. All right, when this shit goes down, all right, but we have confidence and faith that Yahweh Shai is going to cover us in the time of battle, man. You understand, right? Psalms 140 and 7. Read it again. O power of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. All right, and that word "covered" goes back to hedge or protect. Okay, remember we have the heavenly forces with us, man, the angels. All right. And they're going to guide us through these times and these times of trouble. Verse 8, grant not, O Lord, Yahweh Shai, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device. What is his wicked device? This new world order. This great reset, okay? Pushing the Karagba upon the planet, man. A digital slavery, okay? The Lord is not going to allow this devil to win, is my point. We're going to overcome, Lord willing. We are part of the elect, and we're going to overcome this beast, just like King David did, man, okay? Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Salah, all right? So let's get into it. This is 1 Samuel, okay? Because the point that I'm reiterating here is that we need to be fearless, just as King David was, man. All right, he had no doubts. Okay, he went to war with this beast, with Goliath, with full confidence in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. All right, so let's read it, man. The Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, I'll get some precepts out of the story, but I just want to read this chapter. And like I said, Lord willing, this story is a faith booster to you as it was to me. All right, it's a beautiful story. All right, but this is 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 1, and it reads, Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shekoh, which belongeth to Judah, and pitched between Shekoh and Azekah, and Ephes Dammim. Verse 2, And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together and pitched by the valley of Elah, and set the battle in array against the Philistines. And the Philistines stood on the mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on the mountain on the other side, and there was a valley between them. All right, so here it is. We're reading the story of Israel getting ready to go to war with the Philistines. All right, it says, verse 4, 1 Samuel 17 and 4, it says, And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits in a span. And in my sword is written, it says that Goliath was 9 feet and 9 inches. All right. So, hey, he might have been bigger than that, but that's what it has already written in the sword. So he's letting you know that this heathen was a giant, man. Right. It says, whose name was Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits in a span. Right. Verse 5, it says, And he had a helmet of brass upon his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail, and the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass, which equated to about 166 pounds, right? So from my understanding here, it sounds like he had 166 pounds worth of armor on, right? Right? Reading on, 1 Samuel 17 and 6. And he had greaves of brass upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders. And the staff of his spear was like a weaver's beam, and his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron, and one bearing a shield went before him. Verse 8. And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel, and said unto them, Why are you come out to set your battle in array? Am I not a Philistine, and ye servants to Saul? Choose you a man for you, and let him come down to me. Verse 9, it says, If he be able to fight with me and to kill me, then will we be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then you should be our servants and serve us. You see that? That's a hell of a challenge, right? If he kills me, if Goliath said, if he kills me, we're going to serve you. But if I kill him, you're going to serve us. Right? The standoff, right? Verse 10. And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together. And when Saul and all of Israel heard those words of the Philistines, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. So Saul and the rest of Israel, they were in fear. Okay? They were afraid. Right? Verse 12. Now David was the son of the Ephrathite and of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse, who had 8 sons. And the man went among men for an old man in the days of Saul. First Samuel chapter 17, verse 13, it says, And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle. And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab, the firstborn, and the next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shema. Verse 14, David was the youngest, and the three eldest followed Saul. So King David was the youngest out of Jesse's 8 sons. Okay. Verse 15, 1 Samuel 17 and verse 15. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep in Bethlehem. And the Philistine drew near morning and evening and presented himself 40 days. And Jesse said unto David his son, Take now thy brethren and the ephah of this parched corn and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren, and carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah fighting with the Philistines. And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with the keeper, and took and went and as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army. All right, so they were in battle formation. All right. It says, verse 22, and David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. Verse 23, and as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words, and David heard them. Verse 24, and all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him, and were sore afraid. All right, so all of Israel were afraid when they saw this beast. All right, this giant Goliath. Right. Verse 25, it says, and the men of Israel said, Have you seen this man that is come up? Surely to defy Israel is he come up. And it shall be that the man who killeth him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel. Verse 26, and David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, What shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is the uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living power? All right, so David was fearless. King David was like, who the fuck is this guy? Right? In a lack of better words, right? David wasn't scared. You see? He was fearless, and we're going to read on. It says, verse 27, and the people answered him after this manner, saying, So it shall be done to the man that killeth him. Verse 28, and Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he had spake unto the men, and in Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and said, Why camest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride and the naughtiness of thy heart, for thou art come down that thou mayest see the battle. All right? Because David wanted to be a part of it. Right? Verse 29, 1 Samuel 17 and 29, and David said, What have I now done? Is there not a cause? Verse 30, and he turned from him toward another, and spake after the same manner, and the people answered him again after the former manner. Verse 31, and when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. Verse 32, 1 Samuel 17 and verse 32, and David said to Saul, Let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with the Philistine. You see that? David was ready. King David was ready, right? King David had the mindset, fuck it, you know? He said, I'm going to go down and fight with the Philistine, man, right? Verse 33. And that's the same mindset we got to have, man. We know this devil's coming with all types of bullshit. He's coming down with great wrath. He coming with the charagma. He's coming with the troops, all right, his technology. But we got to go into this battle with that same mindset, man. Let me read that again. 1 Samuel 17 and 32. And David said to Saul, Let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with the Philistine. Verse 33. And Saul said to David, Thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth, right? So basically, Saul was telling him, right, King David, that you're not trained to go to war, to go to this battle, right? he said, reading it again, he said, verse 33, 1 Samuel 17:33, and Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, because he was young. Okay? He was a young man. And he, a man of war from his youth, because he's been trained up in war, right? So Saul's basically telling David, like, look, you're going to be unmatched, right? But this is what King David said. This is verse 34, right? 1 Samuel 17:34, it says, and David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went after him, and I went out after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. Right? This is what King David told to Saul. He like, look, man, he said a lion and a bear came and took my lamb out of the sheepfold, and I went after it and killed his ass. Right? Come on, man. Hey, this is low key a flex right here, man. Right? Read it again. 1 Samuel 17:35. This is what he responded to Saul. Right? He said, verse 34, 1 Samuel 17:34. This is what he said to Saul in response when Saul tried to basically disenchant him from going to war with Goliath. Right? Let's read it again, because he slightly flexed on him here. He said, 1 Samuel 17:34, it says, David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. Right? Hey, that's badass, man. Verse 36, thy servant slew both the lion and the bear. And this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he have defied the armies of the living power. This is what King David told Saul, right? He said, look, man, I slew that lion and the bear, man. All right, this Philistine Goliath ain't shit, right? You know, King David like, look, let me have him. Let me get at him, right? Verse 37, David said, moreover, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he would deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine, man. Come on, man. Right? That's the same mindset we got to have, man. All right? This fucking devil got the technology, man. Right? He got the power of Satan with him. But guess what? We got the true living power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, with us. Right? It says, and Saul said unto David, go, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua be with thee. Right? Verse 38, and Saul armed David with his armor, and he put a helmet of brass upon his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail. And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off. All right. So basically he didn't take the armor or whatnot that Saul gave him. Right. He tried it on, but he said, I've not proved it. So he took it off. Right. Verse 40, it says he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had even in a scrip. And his sling was in his hand. And he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near David. And the man that bare the shield went before him. Verse 42, 1 Samuel 17:42. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, right? He belittled him, right? He was basically talking shit and mocking him, right? And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance. Verse 43, and the Philistine said unto David, am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his God. So yeah, so right here, Goliath was talking big shit, right? He looked at King David as a joke, right? It says the Philistine cursed David by his gods, all right, by his false fake ass gods as idols, right? Verse 44. And the Philistine said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field. Verse 45. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword and with the spear and with the shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shema of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, who thou hast defied, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Right? Let's read that again, man. That's powerful, man. It says, then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword and with the spear and with the shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of Yahweh Shema of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. See that? And that's how we come in. We coming in that same spirit, man. All right? We coming in the power of the name of Yahweh Shema, man. The true power, man. Okay? Verse 46, this day will the Lord Yahweh Shema deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel, man. You see that? And this is what King David told this damn this giant, this beast, man. Okay, King David was fearless, man. All right, he said, look, you come with sword and spear. I come in the name of the Lord of Yahweh Shema of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, man. That's who we come in, all right? We come in that power, man. Verse 47, and all this assembly shall know that the Lord Yahweh Shema saveth not with the sword and spear. For the battle is the Lord's, Yahweh Shema, and he will give you into our hands. Right? He told this heathen in his goddamn face what time it was, man. Right? Let me get a quick preset. That made me think about was it Psalm 44? Bear with me, man. Should get you hyped, man. King David knew that the power was with him, man. Right? Man. This is Psalms 44. Man, this is beautiful. Psalms 44, verse 4. Thou art my king, O power, command deliverances for Jacob. Verse 5, Psalms 44 and 5. Through thee we will push down our enemies through thy name. Right? That's what King David said. Through thy name we will tread them under that rise up against us, man. All right? These devils, all right? These Edomites and these heathen nations don't stand a fucking chance, man. The Most High is going to raise up a standard, right? Shit is about to get real out here. It's going to be divine intervention in these times to come, man. You just wait on it, man. Okay? The power is coming, right? Verse 6, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. All right. So as King David said, Psalms 44 and 6, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me, but thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. You see that? Verse 8, in power we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever, man. There's power in the name of Yahweh Shema, man. Right? And don't you forget it. Right? Let's go back. Okay? 1 Samuel 17 and 47. All this assembly shall know that the Lord Yahweh Shema saveth not with the sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, man. Okay? The Lord is going to be with us. That's why I told us in what? Ephesians the 6th chapter. All right? To put on the whole armor. I should have got that early, but I'm going to read it now. All right? Before we enter into this battle, before we enter into this spiritual war, all right, we're commanded to put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? This is Ephesians 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai. What is the whole armor? The true doctrine, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? Our spiritual armor. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right. That word wiles goes back to what? To the deception. Okay. The snares, right? Because he's coming with all types of shit. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. All right. Esau and the elites. Okay. Against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is who we war against, man. Okay. It's the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai versus basically the elect of Satan, if you will, man. Okay. This is the movie. This is the script. This is the movie that's being played out, man. We're living right in the Lord's script in this movie. Verse 13, it says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, that you may be able to stand against Slakia, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. All right. So this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is what's going to allow us to sustain ourselves in the time of evil, in the time of trouble. Okay. And having done all to stand, verse 14, stand therefore having your loins girt, which the loins represent the loins of your mind. So basically having your mind right, man. Stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, above all taking the shield of faith. Okay, that's spiritual armor. Taking on the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fire. Salakia. Read that again. Ephesians 6:16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You see that? So let's go back. Okay. 1 Samuel 17:48. And it came to pass when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. And David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it, and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. Man, that's heavy. And you better believe that the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai was behind that stone, man. Right? If you could imagine, just using your imagination, imagine like an angel taking that stone as David slung it and crushing his fucking head, man. All right? Right in the middle of his skull. Right? And he fell upon his face to the earth. Right? That's power, man. Verse 50. 1 Samuel 17 and verse 50. So David prevailed over the Philistine with the sling and with the stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him. But there was no sword in the hand of David. Whew, man, because Yahweh Shem Shai was with him, right? Verse 51. Therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine, and took his sword and drew it out of the sheath thereof, and slew him and cut off his head therewith. All right. So David cut his fucking head off. Right. This is mighty, man. Okay. I don't know. If this shit don't charge you up, I don't know what else will. Right. If this shit don't give you goosebumps, I don't know what else will, man. All right. This is the power, man. Right. And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead, they fled. And the men of Israel and Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines until thou come into the valley, into the gates of Ekron, and the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way to Shararim, even unto Gath and to Ekron. And the children of Israel returned from chasing after the Philistines, and they spoiled their tents. All right, Israel destroyed the Philistines. And David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem. But Salakia, read it again. 1 Samuel 17:54. And David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem, but he put his armor in his tent. And when Saul saw David go forth the Philistine, when Saul saw David go forth against the Philistine, he said unto Abner, the captain of the host, Abner, whose son is this? Whose son is this youth? And Abner said, as thy soul liveth, O king, I cannot tell. Verse 56, and the king said, inquire thou whose son whose son the stripling is. And David returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, and Abner took him and brought him before Saul with the head of the Philistine in his hand. And Saul said unto them, Whose son art thou, thou young man? And David answered, I am the son of thy servant Jesse, the Bethlehemite. The Bethlehemite, right? Man, that's heavy, man. David went into war. He went into battle fearless because he knew that Yahweh Shemel was with him, right? Then he styled on Saul and he said, look, man, all right, a lion and a bear came to take my lamb, and he slew them both. And he said that Goliath the Philistine was going to end up just like that damn lion and bear, man. Right? That's confidence, man. That's power, right? And the Lord's going to be with us, right? Let's get some scriptures, man. Let's get some more scriptures on that. I just want to read that, all right? Because that's a powerful story, all right? And just as Yahweh Shemel was with King David, he's going to be with us, right? As we approach this final battle, all right, against this devil, Esau, all right, and his power structure. This is Joshua, all right, because we know that spiritual power is coming, all right? The standard is going to be lifted up in the earth. Hey, the people are going to see it. Scriptures say that thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man, right? This is Joshua 23 in verse 8, all right? This is Joshua 23, verse 8. It says, But cleave unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemel your power, as you have done unto this day. All right, stay obedient to Yahweh Shemel, trust in his power and might. Joshua 23:9. For the Lord Yahweh Shemel have driven out from before you great nations and strong, but as for you, no man have been able to stand before you unto this day. All right. So hey, these nations, all right, in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, these troops, when Esau thinks that he has us, cornered, all right, the Lord's going to raise up that standard. He's going to raise up the power. And no nation, no man is going to be able to stand against us unto this very day, right? Joshua 23:10, one man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord Yahweh Shemel your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he have promised you. And what did King David say? All right. The battle is the Lord's, man. Okay. All we got to do is continue to have faith and trust. Trust that he's going to deliver, man. Let me read that again. Okay. It says, Joshua 23:10, it says, one man of you shall chase 1,000. How is one man going to chase 1,000 men away? That's spiritual power, man. That's a standard being lifted up. One man shall chase 1,000, man. Right? For the Lord your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he have promised you. The Lord promised us. Okay? He promised that he was going to deliver the elect. He promised that he was going to fight for us, man. Okay? So we don't got nothing to worry. We're going to go into this thing fearless like King David did, man. We got to take on that same mindset. Right? Let's get another scripture. All right? Let's get Exodus. Here's a quick one. Exodus 23. All right? Because we're talking about the standard. We're talking about the power. We're talking about Yahweh Shemel delivering the elect. All right? In Exodus 23. Okay? This is Exodus 23 in verse 27. And it reads, I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thy enemies turn their backs unto thee. You see that? That's power. Let me read that in the NLT. Right? Bear with me one second. All right? Shit got me hyped, man. Man. All right, this is Exodus 23 and 27 in the NLT. And it reads, I will send my terror ahead of you and create panic among all the people whose lands you invade. I will make all your enemies turn and run, man. And the same thing is going to happen in these times, man. All right. As Jake was going through the land of Canaan and cleaning out them damn dirty ass Hamites. All right, as the power was with us then, he's going to be with us now in these times, man. All right, conquering all of our enemies, man. Right? That's why the Lord said this. Isaiah 41. Let's get that. We're talking about the power, man. Isaiah 41 and verse 8. It says, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Verse 9. Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Verse 10. For fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of my righteousness, man. Yahweh Shai is going to uphold the elect. The Lord said, fear not, I will strengthen thee. Okay, the Lord is going to give the elect power, man. Power and strength. Okay, I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Verse 11, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish, right? So when Esau comes with the bullshit, when he comes with these troops, when he comes with these forces, all right, to try to kill us, all right, the Lord is going to be there. The Lord is going to raise the standard up. Okay? These nations are going to see the power, man. Verse 12, or verse 11 again, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing. They that strive with thee shall perish. They're going to die. Verse 12, thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, as a thing of naught. I got to get that in the NLT. I must get that in the NLT. All right, this is Isaiah 41 and 12. All right, I got to get that. All right, matter of fact, let's just read up. All right, back at verse 10, Isaiah 41 and 10 in the NLT. It says, don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your power. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. And that's Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Verse 11. See all your angry enemies lie there, confused and humiliated. Anyone who opposes you will die and come to nothing. Verse 12. You will look in vain for those who try to conquer you. Those who attack you will come to nothing. And see, Esau know that. Esau knows that, man. That's why he hasn't rolled yet, right? This is why he has the super soldiers, man. Okay, the satanic, chipped up super soldiers, man. This is why he has the artificial intelligence. This is why he has the robots. This is why he has the technology, because he knows that the Lord is going to raise up them X-Men. He going to raise up them Eternals, man. Okay, he going to raise them up. He going to raise up them Super Saiyans, man. Okay? It says, those who attack you will come to nothing. Verse 13, for I will hold you by your right hand. I, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, your power. And I say unto you, don't be afraid. I am here to help you. Come on, man. You don't believe that? Okay? You think that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to let Esau roll on Jake and completely destroy Jake and take the birthright? Right? You think Esau thinks in his mind he gonna win? Esau's about to get his ass whooped, right? Let's read on. Isaiah 14 and Isaiah 41 and 13. For I, the Lord thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Verse 14. Fear not, thou worm of Jacob. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. Yeah, because we just worms. A worm is a defenseless creature, right? No arms, no legs, no ability to defend itself, all right? A worm is helpless. And that's the same state that we in right now, man. But as we're reading, the Lord is there. The Lord is going to help us, right? Fear not thou worm Jacob, and you men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Right? Verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument. All right? Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Okay? The Lord is going to turn us into fucking beasts, man. War machines, man. Right? I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains, all right? These different nations. All right? It says, and beat them small, and thou shalt make the hills as chaff. You see? Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel, man. Okay? This is what's getting ready to come on the earth, man. Okay? Let me read this in the NLT. Oh, man. It's Isaiah 41:15 NLT. It says, you will be a new threshing instrument with many sharp teeth. You will tear your enemies apart, making chaff of mountains. You will toss them in the air, and the wind shall blow them away. A whirlwind shall scatter them. Then you will rejoice in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You will glory in the Holy One of Israel, man. Come on, man. See, Esau knows this is coming, man. Okay? That's why he's in fear. Okay? Let's get some more, man. We talk about the power. Hey, let's keep going. All right? Let's get this too. Let's get that in Micah, man. All right? But just bringing it all full circle, all right? That's the confidence that King David had. Matter of fact, let's get that. King David had spiritual power. Let's get that too. King David had power, man. He had spiritual power. Let's get that. That's in Psalms 18. Okay? Psalms 18. Because, hey, when King David was in authority, when he was on the throne, what did he do? He conquered the nations. He put all the enemies under his subjection. This is Psalms 18. Let's get that real quick. This is Psalms 18. All right? Because King David has spiritual power. This is Psalms 18. All right, a Psalm of David, King David, Psalms 18 and verse 32. And it reads, It is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me up upon the high places. Did not King David leap over walls? Did he not leap over high walls? Okay? And you see Jake doing these incredible dunks, all right, in these corruptible bodies. Just imagine what Jake's going to do when he get that spiritual power, right? He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon the high places. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. You see that? This is what King David said, all right? This is the strength and power that was put upon King David. Psalms 18 and 34, he teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. Okay? How is steel going to be broken by your arms? That's power, man. Right? And he said that he teaches my hands to war. Prime example, when I read this scripture, that made me think about the Matrix, right? When Morpheus was trying to get Neo to understand that he was the chosen one, and they was doing those battles against each other. And remember, what did Neo do? He was downloading how to do kung fu in his mind. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to spiritually download, all right, that power in our minds, man, in our bodies, right? He teaches my hands to war, so the bow of steel is broken by my arms. Verse 35, thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies and have overtaken them. Neither did I turn again until they were consumed. All right, completely destroyed. Verse 38, I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. You see? And the Lord is going to gird us with strength unto this spiritual battle, man. Unto this war that we're getting ready to go into. Right? Thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast given me the necks of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. You see that? So as these nations prepare to come down upon the elect, to come down upon Israel, all right, the Lord is going to raise up that power, man, that standard, all right? He said that thou hast given me the necks of my enemies. And what does the scriptures tell us in Genesis, the 49th chapter? That Judah's hand shall be in the necks of thy enemies, man. Okay? The power is coming, man. All right? This shit ain't no fairy tale. This is the truth. Okay? But do you believe? Do you have the faith? All right? Do you believe that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do these acts? All right? The Lord told us in Luke 24. Right? Let me get that too. This is what Yahweh Shai said. All we got to do is continue to do what we've been doing and wait. What did he say? Luke 24 and verse 49. Red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. Luke 24 and verse 49, it says, and behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you, but tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem until you be endued with power from on high. Okay? The power from the heavens is going to come down upon the elect. Okay? Tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem until you be endued with power from on high. Okay? We believe that. All right? Like Vocab Malone said, GMS says that they're going to be flipping over tanks. You damn right. Okay? Lord willing, we those men. You damn right we're going to be flipping over tanks. We're going to be snatching fucking helicopters out the sky, man. And bashing you in the head with it. How about that? Right? This is what's coming, man. Right? Let's get some more. I got a few more. Right? The hell if a nigga don't believe, man. Is the bottom line. The hell with you niggas. All you niggas out there that don't believe, you're going to be destroyed, man. All right? Power is coming. We know the power we serve, man. He's a power that shall not lie. Okay? These are the promises. Yahweh Shai said, and behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you. These are the promises from the Father, man. Okay? Let's get this too. All right? Just having that fearless mindset is my point that I'm making in this lesson, man. Right? And the water to you brothers out there that's throwing up them precepts, man. All right? Esau and these nations, they don't stand a fucking chance, man. Is the point. Right? Let's get that in Micah, the 4th chapter. Right? I just want to make this point here. All right? This is Micah. This is Micah chapter 4. All right? This is Micah chapter 4 and verse 10. And it reads, it says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. Right? There the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies. Right? The Lord is going to deliver us out of the hands of our enemies. Verse 11. Now also many nations are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, let our eye look upon Zion. Right? Yeah, there's many nations gathered against us. All the nations are gathered against us. All right? And Esau spearheading it. Okay? These nations are gathered together to what? To eradicate us. Right? Verse 12. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? But they know not the thoughts of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as the sheaves into the floor. You see that? So right when these devils think that they're going to fucking do us in, if you will. All right? Yahweh Shema Shai is going to destroy them. Right? Verse 13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion. I will make thy horns iron. I will make thy horns iron, and I will make thy hooves brass, and thou shalt be in pieces many people. And I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and their substance unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, of the whole earth. Right? Let me get that real quick, because I have brought this out in one of my animated videos that I did, going into this word, was it horn? All right, I just want to bring it out again for edification's sake, right? Because this is key. All right, this is Micah 4:12, right? Let me just get that word for horn. Bear with me 1 second. I want to pull this out. All right. Micah 4:13, that word for horn. He said, I will make thy horn iron. Right? Let me get this word for horn. I believe this is what it was. Beautiful. So that word horn, it says horn of strength. It says the point, definition F, of rays of light. All right? So the elect are going to have them rays of light coming out their eyes, man. All right? Cyclops, X-Men. All right? You brothers seen the cartoon. All right? That's spiritual power. That's the rays of light, them beams coming out the eyes, man. Okay? You got to believe this, man. This is what the Lord is going to raise up the elect to do, man. The rays of light. He said that thy horn shall be as iron, man. You're talking about complete power. Power from the heavens, man. All right? Heavy. Let's get some more. All right? Let's get that at Isaiah 59. All right? There's so many scriptures, but I just want to make a point, man. You know? Stay fearless, man. Stay confident. All right? Isaiah 59. All right? Isaiah 59 and verse 17, and it reads, it says, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head. And you see how we just read that in Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Okay? Putting on that spiritual armor. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing and was clad with as a cloak. Verse 18, Isaiah 59 and 18, according to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. Verse 19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. And when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shai shall lift up a standard against him, and that standard is going into what? A way to escape. All right? Ultimately, with that power. Okay? The Lord is going to make a way, especially when we get in that time, all right, when them troops come down. All right? Them stormtroopers, man. Okay? When the enemy shall come in as a flood, the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. All right? Let's pull that word up for standard. Okay? All right? That word for standard, it says to flee, escape, to flee, to take flight. Right? To take flight. Brothers are going to be flying. It says depart, disappear. Right? And here it is. You might be in a situation where you might be surrounded. You might be surrounded by the enemy, and the Lord might just have it where you just disappear. Right? You might teleport to another part of the city somewhere. You might go through a wall. All right? The Lord might make you invisible. All right? Where they can't see you. Okay? These are the divine things that are going to happen. That divine intervention. That's the standard. To take flight, depart, disappear. It says to fly to the attack. All right? To take flight, to drive hastily, to cause, to disappear, to hide. You see that? That's power. Okay? That's pretty much the point. All right? Let's get one more, man. All right? This is, and I'll wrap it up. You know? Lord willing, like I said, Lord willing, you know, this lesson, you know, is a faith booster to all you brothers out there that believe in the power, that believe in Yahweh Shai, that believe in the miracles and the standard and the divine intervention that the Lord is going to bring on the earth in the sight of men. Right? This is 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 16. All right? It says, and he answered, fear not, For they that be with us are more than they that be with them. You see that? And that's the heavenly forces, man. All right? The angels. We have the heavenly forces with us, man, that's going to guide us and protect us, all right, in the times of trouble and tribulation, man. So be fearless, man. Have the confidence, man. Be fearless as our King David, as he went into the battle of with Goliath, man. All right? That Philistine giant, okay? As we approach this time of the battle against this beast, man. Of this giant, so to speak. You know? So yeah, man, I pray this lesson was edifying, man. All right? Wanted to boost you brothers up, hype you brothers up. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Hey, shalom to you brothers and all you sincere believers in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, shalom.